welcome. Hey man, it's this big news. Big news. How's everybody doing? You're looking at the pictures of brother Deion Sanders, and for people that don't live in the United States of America, may not have that much knowledge about him. Brother Deion used to play for the Atlanta Braves, and he was a Atlanta Falcon football player, and he's a phenomenal player. And he is in the news right now. I'm not going to be taking any telephone calls, but you can join us on our chat to get information. You might have a question. Who is Deion Sanders? He is a phenomenal player. He was a phenomenal coach and a phenomenal human being. He went to Florida State University, and he just dominated. He dominated in football. He dominated in baseball. And he was able to back it up. But my guest is Minister Ben Willis of the Blast Off blog podcast. And was involved in football. And who knows, he might be involved. He might have part ownership in a football team right now. But he is an authority when it comes to sports and football. He was associated with the Chicago Blitz. That was a team, not the NFL. That's him right there. Assalamu alaikum, brother. All right, brother. I am doing all right, brother. You know what I was telling people, about the phenomenal things that you have done. And I want to thank you for accepting the invitation to come on the Underground Railroad podcast. And he has his own podcast. And with no further ado, I'm going to let him make his own introduction, because I give him accolades all day. We'll be up to like about 12 o'clock tonight. Go ahead, brother.
It was a pleasure and an honor for me to be on your show. I always look forward to it, and you always come with content, and very inspiring and good at educating people. I thank you. My name is Minister Ben Willis. I have a podcast that's on YouTube. It's called Minister Ben Willis Blast Off Podcast. And I talk about all types of subject matters, social and economic issues, relationships, comparative studies of religion, some of the things that goes on here in Chicago, domestic violence. So it's a plethora of subject matters and content, and it's very compelling and education. And and we talk about sports. I see the topic is about Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people are up in arms. I mean, it's a lot of it in the news now.
Yeah.
It's in the news.
Mm-hmm.
And that's interesting. I mean, Deion Sanders, I have a background in football and in sports, and in athletics. So I remember Deion maybe some 30 plus years ago, when he was playing in Florida State University. He got on the map, very flashy, flamboyant. You look at him, as you look at him and you look at his playing style and everything else, is very flashy. But Deion Sanders, a very, very smart individual, high IQ. Sometimes people look at flash and everything else, but that's not who he is. He's really a very deep thoughted, very intelligent man. Very intelligent man.
And you know what? I would like to ask you, even before we've already started. I remember saying you was associated with the Chicago Blitz. Who was the Chicago Blitz, and what was your primary role? That was football too.
Yeah, well, first my background, I played football here in Chicago in high school. I played football in high school, ran track, and played basketball.
What high school?
Leo High School for 2 years, and
wow.
Ringo High School. The following 2 years, that's where I graduated from.
Oh, wow.
And so, and then I went to Northern. I went up to Northern University. I played for a year, and because I wanted to try out for the pros. And what I did was I left Northern and I tried out for the Chicago Bears. I tried for the Chicago Bears, and I didn't make it. I didn't make it there. So then I went down to St. Charles, Missouri, to the St. Louis Cardinals football camp. I didn't make it there. And so I went down to Swanee, Georgia, to try out for the Atlanta Falcons. I should have made it, but I didn't. So being a young man, wanting to be able to, want to play, I was in my 20s. And at that time, I had to go work. So I started working. Yeah. Got married as a young man. I got married at 22 years old, but I still wanted to play football. So I wound up playing minor league football for 4 years. Oh wow! And then you got to prepare yourself when you're playing. You got to be in a weight room. You got to stay in shape. Well, I couldn't because I was working a 9-to-5 job, and after work I'll go and practice football. Yep. Well, I was getting all kinds of nagging injuries. Yes. And then one day my wife looked at me. She said, we have a mortgage, right? And I said, oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. So I retired. So after 4 years, I retired. So then I started my own team. Yes. I started my own team here in the city of Chicago. It was called Blue Island Cardinals. Made out of Blue Island, Illinois. Then I changed the name to Chicago Cardinals. So I ran that team for like 10 years here. I was, what happened was a friend of mine, we partnered together because we played minor league football together. We decided to start our own team. And this is where I come into correlation with Deion Sanders. What he has to go through. When we first got our team together, we had we got our coaches, we got the players and everything else. And we more or less recruited out of the South Suburban area. Yes. Alsip, Blue Island, Markham, Harvey, those areas, Crestwood, Midlothian. We recruited those guys out of that area. Well, that first year we lost every game we played. Oh wow. We lost every game. I mean, I'm talking about it was horrible. We got not beat. We got destroyed. Now there appears to be a correlation between your team and Colorado State. Go ahead. University. So we got that's what's coming. And so we got destroyed. And as I'm looking around the room, my players wasn't upset. My coaches wasn't upset. even my partner that we started the team together. Yeah. He wasn't upset either. They was happy go lucky, and I looked around. I said, okay. And I said, okay. At the end of this season, I'm getting rid of everybody. And when the end of the season was over with, they always said, we'll see y'all next year. We'll see everybody next year. They didn't know what I had it planned. I was getting rid of everybody. Deion said, I'm coming. and so when the season started, when the following season started, I didn't call anybody. I didn't call anybody off of that team. Yeah. I said, I'm starting all over. So, because let me say this to you. All those guys, the players, were nice guys. Yeah. My partner that started the team with me, he was a nice guy. Yeah. My coaching staff was nice guys. Yeah. But see, when you're in sports, it's about wins and losses. Sound like Herman. You sound like what's that, Herman Edwards? Nah, brother, go ahead. You're playing to win. You're not playing to just be nice guys. Yeah. And that broke my competitive spirit. Yes. So I went into the office, a newspaper officer named the Blue Island Sun Standard. And I told the editor, his name was Fred Slinker.
Mm-hmm.
That was his name.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, Ed, I need to, Freddie, I said, I need to have you put an article to recruit players.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get players for the team. He said, what happened to your team? I said, I got rid of everybody. He said, you don't have nobody on your team? I said, nobody. I'm starting from the ground up. He said, he looked at me and he said, that's a lot of pressure. and I looked at him and I told him, I said, I make love to pressure. So with that being said, that's when I started my recruiting. Mm-hmm. And so he put in an ad in the Blue Line Sun Standard, and I said, nah. I had a team full of nice suburban kids. Yeah. I gotta go get some dogs. I gotta get some dogs.
This is what Deion said.
I gotta get some dogs. So I went to the Chicago Tribune. Mm-hmm. I talked to the editor, Cooper Rollo. Mm-hmm. I sat down and talked with him. Cooper Rollo got at 435 North Michigan, Chicago Tribune Towers, and I sat there in his office. And I told him that I wanted to put an article in the paper recruiting players to play for this team. Mm-hmm. And they put a beautiful article in the paper. Mm-hmm. And then I went across the street to Chicago Sun-Times, and I met with Brian Hanley, the sports columnist over there in the Chicago Sun-Times. Mm-hmm. And he did a big, gigantic back page.
Wow.
For me recruiting the team. I got over 180 players.
Wow. Yeah.
That responded. Mm-hmm. And they was dogs. They was dogs. And so, and what happened after that was the team that beat up on my team the first year was no problem. And then I became coach of the year.
Wow.
That second year.
So, what year was that? What year was that?
That was in 1988.
Wow, man. Wow.
That was in 1988.
Yes.
That was in 1988.
Yeah.
So the thing is that, you got to get the right people to play like you want to. The spirit of the head coach, you got to get players like you.
But Deion, you don't think that Deion came in too hard with the players? But first of all, I want to ask you something about Deion. I want to ask you something. He's a leader, okay? He went to Florida State University, and he appeared to have backed up everything that he said. Do you think that was too much for him, man, at a point when he played baseball and football? You think that was too much?
No, we all play baseball. We all play different sports.
I'm talking about the playing for Atlanta and the Atlanta Braves. You think that was just too much? It put something on him psychologically.
No, you're an athlete. You're an athlete.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. When you go into the neighborhoods, as I was growing up, if it was baseball season, we played baseball. If it was football season, we played football. If it was basketball season, we played basketball. Yeah. That's what we did. Yeah. So, so doing all of those, playing multi-sports, that's not, that was not hard. Deion was a very gifted athlete. He good at basketball. He made All-American, All-State and All-American in playing basketball. And ran track. He ran track. And played football, and baseball. Very accomplished athlete. I was looking at people saying that he let black people down. He let the black college down.
Sold out. Some people say that.
Yeah, they say, but they don't understand. This is what they don't understand. And I can feel now, personally. Now this is me personally. Would I like to have stayed in Jackson State? Kind of personally. Personally. But it's a business move. It's a business decision. If you listen, he had a Hall of Fame speech when he was inducted to the Hall of Fame, he gave a speech
Mm-hmm.
in Canton, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good speech.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good speech.
Mm-hmm.
And what Deion did was, do you know that he partnered with, he partnered with Under Armour. He partnered with Under Armour
Mm-hmm.
for Jackson State to get new helmets every week.
Yeah, and uniforms. Yeah.
And they were the only school. They were the only school in the country, with the exception of Oregon, that he did that. He took $150,000 to help complete some of the building there out of his own money.
Wow.
He went and got hooked up with Walmart to make certain that they was dressed when they went on the road, that they was dressed like men. Oh, he did that.
Yeah.
He did that. He hooked up with
Michael Strahan, the guy that comes on Channel 7. Yeah.
He said, do me a solid, man. He said, no problem. He got hooked up with I forget what airline, to say, hey,
American.
It was too far. And that's what he did. And he changed the culture.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing what he did.
Yeah.
He came in there and he raised the level of the culture, not only for Jackson State, but the historical black colleges.
Which is HBCUs, I think is the abbreviation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So the thing is that they wasn't on major channels.
Mm-hmm.
They on major channels because of Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
People know about them now.
Yeah.
What he did was he set up a blueprint.
Yes.
He set a blueprint up. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
The man, they gave him a raise. Well, I don't know anybody in America that working, when they give you a raise, pay you some more money, you turn it down.
Do you feel that, if he is too cocky, do you feel that he has leadership abilities, do you feel that can be learned? Or do you feel that that's just something that's natural within inside of him?
I think leaders are born. Some people look at it that way. Leaders can be taught. I think leaders are born.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are certain guys that are born leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something you say, okay, I'll follow this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the thing is, not only is he, Deion Sanders has credentials.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a Hall of Fame player.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Hall of Fame player, and he has the connections.
Yeah.
This is college football.
Mm-hmm.
This is college sports. College sports is this. If I can go to this college,
Mm-hmm.
and I can get to the pros,
Yeah.
I'm going to that college.
Okay.
See, Duke basketball coach, Mike Krzyzewski. Everybody that comes to Duke to play basketball, they try to get to the NBA.
Yeah.
Because he sends guys to the NBA. Because he got the connections to the NBA.
Yes.
Same thing with the University of Kentucky. We don't go to the University of Kentucky because they got connections to the NBA. We don't go to North Carolina University because they got connections to the NBA.
Yeah.
To the best players in the country, high school players, they're gonna go to them schools because they got the connection to the NBA.
Yeah.
Well, same thing in football.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna get to the NFL? You go to Alabama.
Okay.
You go to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get a chance. You gonna be in the NFL. You go to USC.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
Those schools have histories Sanders. He got connections in the NFL.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go there because he can get us into the NFL. Because that's where you want to be. When he signed up to be head coach,
yeah,
he decided to be here forever. He didn't look at himself as I'm gonna be here forever.
Well, some people on social media is calling him a sellout. You know what? He let down the HBCUs, and you know what?
I didn't do that. He gave me a blueprint. How do you let them down when he won a championship with Jackson State?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He built up the program. He took his own money and paid.
Yeah, yeah.
And they won a championship.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me the last time they won a championship. Jackson State University has produced, to me, the greatest football player I think ever.
Who?
And Walter Payton.
Oh yeah, Walter Payton, man. Yeah,
Walter Payton came from Jackson State.
Yes.
So I come no one has done anything. You didn't have the great Walter Payton come out of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I worked out with Walter personally, so when I say he's great like that, Walter Payton is.
Wouldn't you say that the black college, the HC, I'm not even saying it right, the black colleges, historical black colleges, he gave them more notoriety. I probably wouldn't even be talking about them tonight, and all the people with the news. Would you say that he put the spotlight on these programs?
Yeah, because Deion Sanders is a big personality.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big personality. Deion was coaching youth football before he got the call from Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
He was coaching youth football,
mm-hmm.
and there's other schools that wanted him, but he decided to go to Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
He had other offers, but see, here's the thing with Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
This will happen to coaches, especially black coaches when they try to get into big major college programs and the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
If they hire you as an assistant.
Yes.
Deion didn't want to be an assistant.
Yes.
He wanted to be a head coach.
Yes.
So they had colleges say, "Come on, man, come on, you come on." He didn't want to be an assistant. He wanted to be a head coach.
Yeah.
And so there he is. He's and when Jackson State called, boom, he's a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why what happens because of that is that you get lost in the shuffle when you're somebody's assistant.
Yes.
And when you're not an assistant type of guy, sometimes you can be I don't know, let me see.
Lost in the shuffles.
If you're an alpha male, that box is too small to keep you in it.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I've gone through something like that. So, I've loaned my talents to, certain organizations, and the organizations was too small, so it couldn't hold me. So I had to get out of it.
Let me ask you. When you say that, why is Florida State? He's from Florida State. Okay.
Yes.
And why didn't Florida State say, you know what? He's here and he was a star. He was prolific. Why don't we take him? Why don't we make an attempt? Why? What do you think was going through the mindset of president at Florida State University that he did not?
They already have a head coach that's under contract.
Okay.
Yeah, they have head coaches under contract, so they can't just get rid of a head. You're not gonna get rid of somebody that you got on a 5-year contract. So I'm gonna get some other guy you paying 2 coaches.
It's some teachers. It's some teams have got rid of their coaches to bring other people in, but apparently they on the same. I think he would have been the ideal candidate for Florida State. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, they're not going to eat up contracts like that when you have an active coach. You have an active proven coach, opposed to a coach that's not proven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what? And do you think that he's taking a hell of a chance going to a team in the Pac-12? And I'm gonna ask you what the Pac-12 is because hell, you were football player. What? First of all, don't you think Deion is taking a hell of a chance going with a team of Colorado that has had losing streaks and going to the Pac-12? Maybe you can explain what the Pac-12 is and say, is he taking a hell of a chance?
Okay. First off, University of Colorado. I don't think the last time they had a winning season was like 2004. Maybe 2004. This is 2022. You're right. It's gonna be the 2023 season. So you're talking about almost 19, 20 years they ain't had a winning season.
Okay.
So, is he taking a chance? Well, here's my correlation with Deion. I got rid of all my players. Everybody. I had zero. Was I nervous? Because I didn't have a team. I fired everybody. No, you don't think that way.
Okay, when you're a competitor.
You don't think that way.
Okay.
So he said, it's right. Now I'm gonna paraphrase what Deion Sanders said. He said, "My suitcase is full." In other words, he said coming to Colorado. He said, "My suitcase is full." So I got a lot in it right now. He told them guys, he said, y'all might as well go to the transfer portal. Now the transfer portal is this in college football.
Yes.
The transfer portal is an area where you throw your hat in the ring and say, I'm transferring from this school.
Yes.
And other schools will say, hey, why don't you come over here with us? We will give you a scholarship, or you come on over here. So he told them guys that are there, he said, y'all might as well sign up for the transfer portal because y'all ain't gonna be here. Okay, well he kept it like that. He kept it 100. He said because I seen how y'all play. I look at all the family tape.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Yeah.
Y'all losing. Y'all got a losing attitude. Y'all, one thing about winning is contagious.
Yes.
But losing is contagious too. So you have to get rid of that. You cut all of that out.
Yeah.
And you go over it. You've done his homework. You're a smart guy.
Yeah.
And so he said, hey, y'all ain't gonna be here. He said, I'm just telling you, I ain't gonna be here. And my son's gonna be the quarterback. He's gonna be the starting quarterback.
I mean, what shouldn't have been a competition. But first of all, let me let you go in. I'm listening to you.
You said it should be a competition. Quarterback?
Yeah.
His quarterback was the most valuable player in the championship game, and they won. That's enough said.
Okay.
That's enough said. I would do the same thing.
Oh, you would?
My son, you think my son ain't gonna start? My son got good skills.
Oh, wait a minute. I mean, is it a nepotism to a certain degree to where there should be a competition?
Ain't nothing wrong with nepotism, but my son is good.
I got you.
I'm put it this way. His player is good. My son is good. They both neck and neck. Who you think I'm gonna go with?
You come with your son. But what do you think about what Stephen A. says? Stephen A. said that he wished that he would have waited. And you know what? Probably one another. Stephen A. is a sports announcer that comes on ESPN. And he had made a statement that he should have waited. He said, this is not a good fit, but I wish him well. What do you think about Stephen A. and what he said?
I don't listen to nothing Stephen A. said. I think he's a jackass number 4. So I don't listen to jackass and I don't listen to buffoon. He's a clown. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
He's on the Atlanta Housewives.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
I mean, that's my opinion, man.
Yeah, but No, but he said Stephen A. did say that I hope of ESPN. He said I do hope well for him. And Shannon Sharp said that Shannon Sharp feels that he's going to be successful in what he's doing. He said he talked to him all the time. Shannon Sharp comes on with Skip. What's his name? Skip Bailoff. I forgot the name of the show.
Skip Bayless.
Mm-hmm.
Deion Sanders is a good recruiter.
Mm-hmm.
He's good charisma. In fact, what I did, I sent some other stuff over to you on your Facebook page of Deion. This was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 3-4 years ago when they asked him what does he think he wants to do and how long he's going to be in Jackson State. And you listen to his answer. This was about 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I got that 3-4 years ago. I got that footage. I sent it to you on your Facebook.
Okay.
And also, you know, just a lot of different things that Deion's about. How sharp he is. You know, he already said, man, you know, his compass is vast. It's not just stuck on, I got to be right here. You know, his scope is vast. So he got the right to do that. You know, and most of these people that are talking about it are clout chasing.
Stephen A.
A lot of people. A lot of people are clout chasing. They just, you know, because it's the news right now, and then they ain't thinking about them no more in about 3 weeks.
Oh, I agree. It's a news cycle. I agree.
But it's not journalism, and it's not sound, because the majority of people don't do their research on a person.
Yeah.
Do your research on them. And then you do your research on them, then you understand. I mean, that's nothing, you know, no, he didn't turn the black community down. Some of them, and that comes from these so-called people call themselves Afrocentric or Pan-Africanists. They idiots.
Yes.
Okay? They're idiots.
Yes.
That's all they do. They don't even know what they're talking about. They ain't never put on a jock strap, and they want to sit up there and talk about, he let the black people down. The man is black, ladies and gentlemen. He spent a lot of money, his own money, in Jackson State to help build up part of the building. He did. Out of his pocket. He has foundations that he has in Florida, where he grew up at. What are you talking about? Just educate yourself opposed to just beating on a guy for getting a raise, getting a better job. I mean, man, you know, we all want better jobs and a raise.
Yeah.
It's about the money, it ain't everything. I got to a little thing a few days ago with some idiot, and I'm calling him an idiot. I call him an idiot to his face.
Yeah.
I call him everything but that, you know. And he doesn't know anything he's talking about, just on there, you know, just talking bad about the guy. No, but I think Deion is he's in the news.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot and everything else.
Yeah.
But I mean, if everybody's just excited about him, go check him out. Check out all of the stuff that he has done.
You know what? I think for a lot of people, because you were within that arena. A lot of people were just surprised that when he first walked into the locker room and those things that he said to those players, because we're on the outside. I understand that you're used to it, but and it was like refreshing the way he's going to put some young men and teach them responsibility. And you know what? No earrings, no jewelry. It was refreshing, but somebody like you that is already in knows about that. But people on the outside was like, wow, I was impressed.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, you know, let me put it this way. I remember when I was out there in the Chicago Bears camp, and it was about maybe it was about 100 people. And the coach at that time, name was Jack Marty. He was the head coach of the Chicago Bears. And we were all coming out of the locker room to come out on the field. And he blew his whistle. He said, "Everybody, over here, everybody, over here, you're done." I'm like, whoa.
Damn.
Ain't nobody get a chance to do anything. He said, "Everybody over here, on this side, go home, pack your stuff up."
God,
no explanation, no nothing. Everybody come out. I just happen not to be that section. I just happen to be in the right section. Because everybody's coming out, right? They come out in the field. They just say, "Everybody, all this over here, go home."
Wow, man. I mean, you don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's a business. That's right. It's a business.
You don't think that was harsh? Him saying the majority of y'all sitting in them seats, y'all will not be here. Then he made the statement that I'm gonna weed you out because all I want is winners. Come on, man. That's tough.
You don't want losers.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's about winning.
Yeah.
It's about winning. It's about winning, and it's a competitive. It's very competitive, and football is a different type of animals. It's a different type of animal. You know, it's it's not it's what you sign up for.
I'm gonna try to get it. You know what? I'm gonna make an attempt to get an interview with him and Herman Edwards. Man, you said Herman Edwards made an impression on primetime Deion Sanders. What type of impression did he make on Deion Sanders, and why?
Herman Edwards, he makes an impression.
Who is he?
Herman Edwards used to play professional football for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
And after he retired, he became head coaches at New York Jets, the Patriots, Tampa Bay, and he is a very, very he's a good Christian man, God-fearing man. And he just was coaching at University of Arizona.
Okay.
Herm Edwards is respected.
Yes.
He's very respected by a lot of former players and players that are retired. They respect Herm Edwards.
Yes.
Because he brings it, and it helps that he's charismatic. You know the stuff.
Yeah.
He's been involved in pro football for 30 years.
Wow.
30.
Wow.
So a lot of these guys, like Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Deion was in high school. Deion was in high school. So, people respect Herm Edwards because he knows what he's talking about. And, he knows what he's talking about. And so people do, as they say, game recognized game. If you're part of something and you're part of that environment, you know what makes it tick, how it goes, and everything else. If a person who's not involved in that, it might look strange to them, or how did that work, or whatever.
Yeah.
But football is it takes a different type of person to do that.
And you know what though, Minister Ben, in all this, I'm going to try to make an attempt to reach out to him, even if I get 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And you know what? I'm going to make an attempt. You know what? And the same with Deion. I called up to try to get Deion on the show, but I think a lot of times to get interviews with these personalities, you have to know somebody. Would you agree with that or disagree?
Yeah, anybody that's in the public eye, they have a team. They have a team of publicists. They have attorneys, and they have people to take care of a lot of their business. a lot of that. And yes, you got connections with, their publicists, then you have a better shot,
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is that, and this is for everybody.
Yeah.
If you could if you could shoot your shot, shoot it. A shot in the dark is better than not taking a shot at all.
That's true.
So, you take your shot, and who knows, you're like, that one opening, and that's all you need. And that's the same thing in life.
Yeah.
That opportunity comes right there, you jump at it, you go and get it, and stuff like that. But Deion stuff is out there, he got a lot of stuff out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I sent some other things over to your page,
okay,
so that you can see,
okay,
some of his interviews,
mm-hmm.
and and what you see how he tick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see how he tick in competition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some of them guys that are a little younger than him try to challenge him.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the challenges that Deion Primetime is going to have to challenges that he's going to have to transform this losing team into a winning team? And realistically, how long do you think that it'll take if it happens?
You got to get talent.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get to it's not any rocket science. You got to get talent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to get.
Mm-hmm.
If you got more good players than the other team, you're gonna win.
Yes. Yes.
So that's all to it. You got to get better players than the other teams.
I mean,
and then develop those players.
Mm-hmm. But what adversities do you see that he's going to go through? What trials and tribulations do you think he's going to go to? And do you think he will reach the next level of having a winning year? And how long will it take, in your opinion? Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, because I think he's a good recruiter,
mm-hmm.
and I think people will be attracted to him because they can get into the pros.
Okay.
That they feel he got connection, he get into the pros,
mm-hmm.
and he'll be able to recruit people, be able to come to their household and recruit them. That their son come play with her. They'll. I think he has one upmanship on other people because of, like I say, his charismatic, but his knowledge of the game,
yeah,
and his delivery.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be the most dynamic recruiter. So which means that you'll get some of the best players.
Yes.
You gotta have new players to turn your season around.
Mm-hmm.
If you got great players on your team today,
mm-hmm.
you will turn your team around next year.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you losing will get you up out of there quick.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be up out of there. Now let them have two or three losing seasons.
Yes. And
He's gonna be up out of there quick.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what? Now these college players, they can get paid capital. They can get paid money. They can get a salary. Do you think that's right that they get paid a salary when they already afforded the right of getting a full scholarship? Do you think that's right?
Well, they don't get no money.
Not all of them. I mean, yeah.
No, the majority of them are not getting paid. The majority of them aren't getting paid.
But do you think that's right? I mean, if you're getting a full scholarship, don't you think that should be it? But I know the institutions are making millions, but I'll get your take on it.
I mean, the thing is you got a scholarship, you still got to eat, right? You still got to go to school, right? You still make money. You're making money for the school.
Mm-hmm.
You go out there and exercise and train, and then you play. You play for the school.
Mm-hmm.
So you're making money for the school.
Yes.
If you didn't play, then there's no one playing, then you can't make no money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you think you think this is okay? You think that legalized gambling, since they have legal, you can legally gamble on any of these teams, okay, in the college football, wherever in the United States. Now, do you think that would have an influence on the game? Yeah, some games could be rigged because is that a possibility?
hard to rig. It's hard to rig a game when you have 11 guys.
Okay.
You're hard to try to throw a game when you got 11 guys.
Okay.
If this guy's out here getting hit and getting knocked over and everything else, and ain't nobody gonna go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody gonna say, we're gonna all throw this game. It don't work that way.
What about the Black Sox? I'm gonna bring up baseball and the Black Sox, for example. But I know we're talking about two entirely different. We're talking about two entirely different sports. The Black Sox. What happened is, that I think the World Series, it was rigged. So you're saying that you don't foresee any exception to the rule, whereas in Vegas you could bet on anything. You can tell a quarterback he'll throw the first time, he'll fumble, and you can bet on anything in Vegas. But I don't know about DraftKings and all that because I don't gamble. So you don't think it can influence certain actions with certain people?
No, I mean, and again, that comes from when I hear people say those types of things. That comes from people that don't have an athletic background.
Okay.
They don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you got up there, anybody found out that you was trying to lose a game, you would get your ass beat in the locker room.
I know that.
I'm telling you, you get your ass beat.
I didn't know that.
You get messed up.
Okay.
Anyway, coach get their ass whooped too.
So by saying that, are you saying no games have ever been fixed? No actions have ever been fixed in NFL?
Okay, let me put it this way, make it real, to round it up good. Out of 1,000 games, out of 1,000, I'm just gonna go on the top of my head. Out of 1,000 games, 10 could have been somebody might try to throw the game. 10. And this is the reason why. I'm out here putting my body on the line. I got 3 broke fingers. I got my ankle busted.
Yes.
And part of my neck, one of the bones in my neck is cracked. I can be paralyzed. And you out here trying to throw a game. I can be paralyzed.
Yes.
And you out here trying to throw a game. Beat your ass.
You make me think about Stingley. I remember that a guy hit him so hard. I think he broke his spinal cord or something like that. I forgot his name.
Well, they call him the assassin. That's his name, Jack Taylor. They call him the assassin. You come over there, you're gonna get your dingling knocked in the dirt.
And wow, man. And you know what? Going back to Carolina. I mean, not Carolina. I'm talking about Colorado University. I want to ask you something. Over time, why was it acceptable in their culture by that university to just accept their win and loss records? They just accept mediocrity. Why? Why did they accept it? Why does a team even just start losing? Why does a university president of a major team just accept mediocrity behind people that are incompetent? They have a record like Colorado has.
Well, the thing is, you need people. You need people to come. You need good people to change anything that you got, any program that you have. You need the people.
Yeah.
You need people. You need to really get people. And in order to do that, who wants to sign up for a loser? No one wants to sign up for a loser and say, you can come over here and win. You come and say, I'm going to work at either McDonald's or Burger King. So McDonald's on this side of the street, Burger King on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
And you say, well, shoot, Burger King is paying good money. McDonald's ain't. Burger King lets you sit down and eat lunch. You can just get the stuff, you can get your food right there. McDonald's make you pay for the lunch.
Yeah.
You say McDonald's is, they downsizing. Burger King is adding on. What place you think you're gonna go work at?
Yeah.
You're gonna work at the one that's winning.
Of course.
The one that's winning, you're not gonna. So the best people gonna go to Burger King because they're winning. And so it's hard once you are a bad team or a bad organization or a bad company. You got to get good people to build up your program, to build up your building, to build up your company. You build up your organization. You got to get good people. And what does it take to get good people? You got to at least get one guy.
Yeah, you know what? At this time, who was the best college coach in football, and who was the worst, and why?
So many.
The worst. Why?
I don't know. It's so many colleges. It could be a bunch of them that's bad. But Saban is the best coach in college football.
Okay.
Saban. Saban's the best coach in college football.
What separates him from the individual that is a losing coach? What's the differentiation between both of them? If we can make a contrast and comparison. I guess I'm asking you the difference between a win and a lose.
Championships.
Okay.
Championships. Championships. That's bottom line. It's a bottom line business. It's a bottom line business. Wins and losses. We ain't talking about nice guys. We talking you're a good guy, man. You pray all the time. You help the poor and everything else. We ain't in that. You're in a competitive sport. You gotta win. If you don't win, you get fired.
Yeah.
And when you get fired, you gotta go to your wife and your children and say, "Hey, I don't know if we're gonna be able to buy this because I ain't got a job." The little money we got in the bank, I gotta hurry up and get me a job. That's what it's about. So you got to be able to recruit to get people to come there to your program, and if you don't, it's gonna be long. Now.
What did you think about what Herm? I was listening to Herm Edwards. He said when you are a rookie, he was talking to all the rookies. You got to understand when you come into the locker room for the first time, trying to be friendly to these guys that's been on the team for years. They don't want to be friendly with you because you're trying to attempt to take their job. What do you think about that?
Because it's a business.
Yeah.
And so when you have your babies at home,
when
you got your beloved wife at home, and you taking care of them, and when you come home, it's daddy, and it's my husband, and you feel comfortable when you come home from the love, everything that you have for your family. And I got this dude that came in, he wants to take my job so I can be unemployed.
Damn.
So whoa, wait a minute. You drafted him for my position.
Yeah.
And so I could be out of a job. And so it's not just a game, it's a business. And they're here, it's a business they take care of. In college, in high school, you play for a scholarship.
Yeah.
In college, you pay for tuition and books.
Yes.
In the pros, you pay mortgages and car loans and tuition.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's different. So, yeah, that is the difference. And, of course, if Coach Deion had 3 losing seasons, that luggage that he said that he has packed, you got to pack that on out the door. That's all to it. It's a bottom line business. And it ain't like, wow.
Before we carry on, brother, tell us how people get to your podcast and how they get to your Facebook and YouTube page before we.
Well, all you got to do is you can go to Minister Ben Willis Blast Off Podcast on YouTube. Just put in Minister Ben Willis. Boom, you'll see everything that I do, all my shows, everything. Hopefully somebody watching and listening. If there are, is there anybody in the chat room?
No, but there are about 30 people that are listening. There are about 30 people that now 30 people that are listening online on YouTube. But this is going out to other websites.
Yeah, because it's very important that we get the support from the viewing audience, from the people, because the work that we do this to help everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We want to help and bring content to empower everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time consuming and it costs.
Yeah.
It costs. And the thing is what's very rewarding is that you want feedback sometimes to see, and I do, and I accept feedback from, whether someone disagrees with me or they agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
and or maybe they have a misunderstanding, and that I can clear it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I don't talk, it's not with malice or anything else like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you could go to Minister Ben Willis podcast, and it'll just come up all the things that I do. And yes, it'd be good to do that. Again, you can find me there.
Yeah. You know what? I encourage people that look at the Underground Railroad, whether you're looking at it online, our television, all social media platforms that I'm associated with, to go to his website and his YouTube website and his Facebook website and support him, because he has been supportive of the Underground Railroad television show and other platforms. And you know what? He's giving up his precious time because he could be doing something else that's related to this or not related to this. And I'm very appreciative for you, extending the time to come on the Underground Railroad television show, because you could have been doing other things. And I appreciate it. One day I'm gonna get in a position where I'd say, hey man, I'm gonna send you $100, just because you know what? Because you made a guest appearance. I'm not in that position yet, but one day, inshallah, I'm gonna be in that position where, man, you know what, though? I'll be right over there. I mailed $100 or $200 to you just for making, but I'm not in that position yet.
Brother, the thing is that I'm fine. That's a kind gesture.
Yes.
But the money is not what I need. What I got from you is priceless. I don't need money. I don't need that. I don't need you to send me no money.
Okay.
Get that clear. No, I don't need you to send me no money, because what I do is from the heart.
Yes.
It's from the heart and from the mind.
Yes.
So what I do from the heart and from the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's fine for me. And I again, thank you for those kind words.
Absolutely.
Anytime you call, anytime you need me, I'm gonna be there. Because you've been there for me. So, and we reciprocate, and that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a pleasure for me to be here in the subject of Brother Deion, Coach Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, the people are up in arms about a lot of different things, and I can see why. But when we look at our own situation, we're going to turn down a promotion.
No.
And you can make money in other challenges. Some people don't like challenges. And they say, well, I'm gonna stay right here where it's safe at.
Yeah.
And other people, they say, let's go, give me a challenge, because most athletes, especially football players, they, you're challenging somebody when you go out there.
Yeah.
You're being challenged. Something's gonna happen to your body.
Yeah, that's what Herm said.
Coach Herm, that was a very good man.
And what university did you say here? Because I'm a rector, but you know what? I'm gonna call. And you know what? Again, but I said earlier, if they give me just prime time gives me 5 minutes, or Herm gives me 4 minutes, it's okay.
I think Herman's with ESPN now. He was at University of Arizona. I think he's done with University of Arizona this year, and I think he's back with ESPN. You know, he's he probably get his email and stuff like that. You know,
you have done this. You have made me more interested, not interested in talking to sports business.
Well, I sent you some other things.
Yeah.
I sent some other jewels to your page.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it.
With Deion and how he's interacting with some other football players, and it's never over.
Yeah.
The thing.
Yeah.
When you retired and you're done, you still size up the other guys. The other guys are beat up and can't stand up and, have all these injuries while playing a sport way over the hill. But you still tell another guy, stand up, man.
You know what? You have inspired me. You've inspired me. Maybe Super Bowl, we can do a pre-Super Bowl show. Maybe you've inspired. You've inspired.
Do a pre-Super Bowl show, and that'd be interesting.
You've inspired.
And more so, sports. There's more to go into it than what we see on TV. And bring the inside scoop and everything that goes on, and the preparation, mental, spiritual, financial, all those things, the physical, what you do to prepare, and then you have a better understanding than just the game, because there's more in the game, and you just look at the finished product. It's a lot that go on. I mean, there's a lot that go on. It's a lot that goes on, man. It's a lot. You want to hear something very controversial?
Go ahead.
With Deion Sanders.
What's that?
Not with him, but because his name is out there.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm making it uncomfortable for you. I want to make it uncomfortable for other people too, because I want to give you food for thought. I want to put some on your mind.
Okay. Family show. Got you.
Okay. Well, put the children to bed.
Okay.
Okay. So there's 10 guys. That's willing to come to Colorado.
Yes.
And I mean, they are dogs.
Yes.
Deion, get these 10 guys. They're sure to win a championship.
Yes.
Turn that program around.
Yes.
But I'll tell them are homosexuals.
I don't even, because of YouTube's algorithms. I don't have no problem with it.
Okay. All 10 of them are homosexuals.
I have no problem.
All 10 of them are openly gay.
No, I had no problem.
And you take those 10 guys, but do the other players have a problem with it?
I understand what you're saying.
You see where I'm coming from? Yeah. All the rest of the players got a problem with it.
No. Yeah.
Because you gotta go take a shower.
Yeah, you know what?
You gotta go in there with a shower. See, I'm talking about stuff that, not just fantasy, but realistic things. What would you say and do as a coach? Now you want to win because you better keep your job. But how your other players gonna act? How they gonna? Because you need other players to win this championship.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, I don't feel comfortable, man.
Well, you know what I would say? Because of YouTube's algorithms, I would say it should not make any difference with their sexual preferences. And if they have a problem with that, they can go back. So, and I'm saying...
So 5 stars gonna walk out the door. You will get 5 stars walk out the door because 10 could be stars that's homosexual come in and 5 stars leave. And you still ain't gonna win no championship.
Oh, sure.
Because 5 of your stars just walked out the door.
I got you.
They said they can't do it. So do you see where it's more than just the game?
Yeah.
It's just that, and so now coaches got to think, the players got to think,
Mm-hmm.
and the new players, like, they got to think.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to be worried about Nebraska, but we're thinking about some homosexual things on our team. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those are and one thing you don't want as a football coach is distractions.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something, though. YouTube has had me in the doghouse, and I don't even want to comment on that.
You ain't got to comment on you. Just send it to me.
No, I ain't gonna, so I don't even. But I, you know what? What I will say is that I would talk to you about the air about you. But he's got the unapologetic truth. But see, YouTube. Can I say something to people out there? YouTube has caused me. I really caused myself problems by not following the guidelines about certain subject matters, and then I try to just stay away from it because YouTube is a great platform to use. So certain things I won't even talk about no more. I'm all right with it, But the Underground Railroad is a different situation. But I got you though.
What I was doing is shining a light on when we talk coaching. We're talking Deion Sanders, coach, football player. What kind of team is going to build Colorado? But you gotta go get great players.
Yeah.
But this is a thing called life.
Yeah.
All this happens in life. How would they deal with that?
Yeah.
If they would deal with it.
Yeah.
So these are things.
Yeah.
These are things here. This is not to cast no aspersions on anybody, because I'm not here to cast aspersions on anybody.
Yeah.
I am here to bring, which is a fact
that
can happen.
Yeah, that's true.
How would you address it? Because the thing about sports, I've always stated this. I've always felt that life in society should be like a team.
Yes.
It should be like a team.
Yes.
Because on a team, you have people of different colors.
That's true.
On a team, you got people from different religious backgrounds.
Yes.
On a team, you got people with different political views.
That's true.
On a team, you got people that live in different neighborhoods. But one thing that they do, they all fight and they play for each other. They wear the same uniform. And they play for the name that's on front of their jerseys. And they work hard for each other.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, if society want to use an example, look at a team.
Yes.
And so that's why when I say that, I say that this is a reality.
Yes. Yeah.
And how bad do you want to win?
Yeah.
And how comfortable do a person be?
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something, Deion, do you think that he had made a statement, man, in our meetings, we will not be coming in with hoodies and earrings and pants pulled down to your butt. You think do you think that that's right, seeing as though times have changed?
There's nothing wrong with being neat.
Okay.
Being neat.
Okay.
Let me put it this way.
Yes, sir.
You're in a hospital.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to have open heart surgery.
Yes, sir.
Your doctor come in with a hoodie.
Ooh.
He
Yes.
come in with a hoodie.
Yes, sir.
His pants sagging down.
Yeah.
You gonna let him operate on you?
It shouldn't make no difference, but that wouldn't be my preference, though. But it shouldn't make any difference, though.
So she said, "Where's he? He got his DMX hoodie on, he got that on, and his pants sagging down." He said, "Where the patient at? You on the table? He can cut your chest open and do perform open heart surgery." Really?
So it should be some type of protocol. Prime time is not out of line for that.
It's nothing wrong with always looking presentable. It's nothing wrong with looking presentable, And so that's how that should be. You look presentable. I mean, you want to, you got your own downtime and stuff like that. I get it. You just go on in but I mean that's that should okay. No one should frown on that.
No, I was just asking.
Looking decent.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. And Deion made the statement that no telephone calls. He said, "What is so important? What is so important that you're gonna take the time?" What do you think about that from a coach's point of view?
Well, if you're in a conference room and y'all going over contracts and everything,
yeah,
and the president, the chairman of the board is there, and all the board of directors are there, and you're in there, and the phone goes off. What you're gonna do is you're gonna tell them you'll call them back and hang up and cut your phone off. Because you can't keep asking, answer your phone when you're in here taking care of business.
Yeah, that's
right. We're here for this little time to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so now your priorities are different.
Yes.
And if your priorities are different, then here's what they're gonna do. They'll get somebody else whose priority is about what they're about.
Yeah.
So those are good practices. It's good practice because actually, you gotta just, you have to. And when it's time to have fun, let's have fun.
With that.
When it's time to take care of business, let's take care of business.
So, out of speculation, where do you see this football program? Nobody can tell the future. Where do you see this football program heading? What do you see from having the applicable knowledge that you have? Where do you see this football program heading? Nobody can tell the future though, but I'm just asking.
Well, I think with Deion's his recruiting ability, because in college football it's about recruiting. So with his recruiting ability, I think that he can go and get great players.
Yeah.
And great players make your program great. I think he can do that. So I would hope that he's successful. He's been successful with everything he's been doing. Deion's very good talent. But I don't think Deion will hang around until somebody fire him. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think he'll hang around until somebody fire him.
He had implied that he did not want to be an NFL coach. Do you take him at his word as that? Because he said, because a lot of people will be gone. Do you take him at his word, or is he just talking?
I heard him say his aspiration is not to be an NFL coach.
Okay.
His aspiration is not to be an NFL coach, but if the NFL came down the pipe and offered a full load of money, because they say you do have a broad spectrum.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be a big difference between coaching a college athlete and a pro athlete in their mentality? Would it be a difference?
It's a big difference. You don't have no leverage as a professional coach.
Okay.
You know why? Because a lot of players make more than you. What you gonna tell them? What you gonna tell them? What you gonna tell them? Hey, get over there. I need to do this. I need to get over to do it fast. Dude, so I said, man, I ain't the. What if a guy gets in your face? What you gonna do?
I guess that would be unless they made you the coach and the general manager. Maybe that would make a difference. I don't know. Yeah. So you know what, Minister Ben, you know what, we got to do this again. You know what, football. I had no idea there's as many people that love football. I'm looking at all the people on YouTube, and I had no idea. It was just, you know what, that's what you said, hit and miss, hit and miss. I had no idea that these many people love football. And you said Deion Sanders is in the news. So
he's in the news. One day it's Colin Kaepernick, next minute it's Tom Brady, and now it's Deion Sanders, and people are, you know, they get up there and you know, but it's the NFL is one of the biggest brands in the world.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest brand in the world. You know, their owners are billionaires.
Yeah.
Multi-billionaires. And so, you know, and these guys who are playing are millionaires. So, you know, let that sink in. And these guys are, all of them are young.
Yeah.
Young guys. They're young guys. They're young, so.
Yeah, I got to give you kudos, because you know there's something like about almost 60 people listening just on YouTube talking about Deion Sanders. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I mean, that's what happens. You know, they get that news reel, and then it's a compelling subject, because it's, when you talk black and white, it becomes very compelling, and people tune in and perk up for that.
I see.
And, you know, and it's just really, in all actuality, he just said, he's going to another. Now, if Deion Sanders left Jackson State and then went to Grambling,
yeah,
wouldn't be that big a deal.
No.
It wouldn't be that big a deal.
Mm-hmm.
He left Jackson State, he went to Grambling.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't a big deal. It'd be like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He went from one black school to another.
Wow, man.
You know, but now that he's gone to another, what's considered a white school.
Yes.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what? You never did. I think I had asked something. Can you explain to people that don't have knowledge what the Colorado University is in the Pac-12? Now, I'm going to admit I don't really understand what these different conferences mean. I mean, so what is Pac-12? What is that? I don't know.
Well, you know, you got colleges, universities all over the country,
mm-hmm.
and then they get the colleges that's in your region.
Mm-hmm.
Just say our region that we live in is the Big Ten.
Okay.
You got Michigan, Illinois,
mm-hmm.
Ohio,
mm-hmm.
Iowa,
yes,
Wisconsin,
yes,
Indiana,
yes.
That's all in the Midwest.
Okay.
That's where everybody's at.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay because you're in this region, and we're gonna name it the Big Ten.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Same thing for the ACC. You know, all those different conferences.
Mm-hmm.
It's just those that's in the same region.
Mm-hmm.
And they have that. You know,
mm-hmm.
there's no. You know, there's nothing special about that, but that's just what it is.
You know what? When you say that college teams, it's just hard to follow because it's just so many teams. I would say that it would be hard to be an expert on all these teams because it's just too many teams. Would you agree?
No, because people they watch those teams because they be on FanDuel and all that stuff. They see who's winning and who's losing. Gambling has brought a light to it because people, you know, they're trying to find out. You know, they're trying to find out, and they know. You know, myself, I don't really have no interest because I don't know who's playing, and I don't know who's who. Sometimes I turn on University of Illinois game and watch that for a second. Sometimes I look at a Northwestern game just for like a few minutes. But you'll find most athletes don't really look at sports.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. And if they do, they just look at it for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
Quick game or something.
Quick with the NFL, man. Damn. You know what? Do you think that Kansas City and Mahomes, they the real deal, and who will end up going to the Super Bowl? I think Kansas City. I don't even know. Will probably end up going. Who you think will end up going to the Super Bowl? NFL.
Well, I will say Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas City.
And Dallas is looking pretty good, but I'm crazy. I haven't been crazy about Dallas since the time last year. You know, when they had Troy Aikman and all that. But you know what, brother? So I'd like to ask you, to tell us about your podcast and let people know you will go on other shows too. How does a person get in contact with you if they want to have you on their show? And tell us about your platform.
Okay, you can email me at willisministerben@gmail.com.
Okay.
And again, you can go on YouTube and put in Minister Ben Willis podcast, and you'll see everything that I got going on.
And you know what, brother, thank you. And I have been interviewing you, but you know what? Are there any something specifically message that you want to put out to the listening audience? And the listening audience, I want to thank y'all for listening. Is there a specific message that you would like to put out?
We'll talk about the topic with Deion Sanders. Because it's don't do it with it's sensationalized. Just research, because there's a lot of content out there. You got a lot of things out there. If you're actually interested in Deion Sanders and what makes him tick and all kinds of stuff like that, go check him out. His Hall of Fame speech. Check out his Hall of Fame speech. He's done on this other platform called I Am Athlete. Check Deion Sanders out on that. You'll really enjoy that. If you're really interested in the guy. If you're just interested in some cloud chasing, it's in the news right now, stuff like that, then I don't know. We want to do some Stephen A. Smith and some, John Barber and all. You want to do that kind of stuff, then I'm not the guy for you, because now you do better just going to Atlanta Housewives and looking at Portia Williams and Candy and all that. I love and hip hop. You might as well do that stuff. Because that's not the real deal on what's actually happening as far as journalism is concerned, and as far as sports journalism is concerned. That but Deion Sanders is off the because that's the topic.
Yeah.
He's a straight up dude. He's a church. He's a God-fearing man. But again, I'll tell you, because I've followed this guy's career, Deion Sanders, in me, he is the best cornerback. Period. He's a shutdown corner. I'm gonna give you a story real quick.
Okay.
Michael Irvin is a Hall of Fame wide receiver. Won all those championships with the Dallas Cowboys. Michael Irvin is awesome.
Yeah.
Ain't no joke. Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin played for the University of Miami.
Yes.
Deion Sanders was a freshman at Florida State.
Yes.
Deion Sanders is right there up on Michael Irvin's chest.
Yes.
They snap the ball. Michael Irvin goes into his route.
Yes.
He gets Deion about 10 yards. Beats him. 10 yards. Michael Irvin waits for the ball to come down so he can go and score a touchdown.
Yeah.
He's gonna show this young dude off.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, Deion had covered that 10 yards that fast.
Wow.
Which Michael looks up, Deion going the other way. The ball in the air, high stepping.
Wow, man.
What you gonna do? Go to Deion Sanders highlights.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube, go to Deion Sanders highlights. Go on there.
Yeah.
When you get through looking at that, you gonna say, oh, that dude's like that.
Yeah.
Go on and interview on I Am Athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Go on there and watch it. I sent this stuff over to you too.
Okay.
Go in there and check them out so you'll see exactly those who's fascinated by Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Go and check that out.
Yeah.
You'll be like, wow, I didn't know. So you do know, you'll know exactly what the guy is all made of.
Mm-hmm.
And so now he's in his second career of being a coach.
Mm-hmm.
So he's there's a lot of coaches that went from playing to coaching, professional sports.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But
so just do that.
Yeah. Now you forgot to get your shot for Petrillo's. Go ahead, brother. Get your shot for Petrillo's, brother. Go ahead, brother.
You've been doing your homework. That's funny. Why you got me though?
Go ahead.
Wherever you are located, whatever city, I heard you have Portillo's. Portillo's is famous for its Italian beef sandwich. And I mean, it's Italian beef. You gotta get the Italian beef with the peppers, the banana peppers, and have that Italian beef ties in the juice. Also, they got this nice cheeseburger. Excellent. And they have an excellent fish sandwich. Very good. Go to Portillo. Also, here's something else that just happened. Lou Malnati's and Portillo's had a baby. Here's what I mean. They now got the Lou Malnati's deep dish pizza combined with Portillo's Italian beef in it.
Oh, wow.
I haven't tried that yet, but it's definitely on my radar. so and Portillo, if y'all listening, hey, I'm looking for, I be shouting y'all out now. Give us a couple here, me and my brother, give us a few sandwiches. Since I'm Sanders, the Minister Bill Willis, Blind on Podcast, and Underground Railroad.
Oh, boy. Y'all, you know what? Y'all don't know me and him talk. Not every day, but always, and I'm gonna get down to Petrillo. Is Mr. Petrillo still alive? I want to get in. I want to get an interview with him. I'm serious. I want to ask him how he got started out. What was his childhood like? Who inspired him? I want to get an interview with him.
That can definitely happen.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah, but but and I want to thank you again for accepting the invitation. And the Underground Railroad television show comes on in Chicago every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. But you can catch us on YouTube 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And we do video production in Chicago. I guess I give my cheap plug, as you call it. And we do video production in Chicago. We edit video and we create television shows. And it just has been an honor to have Minister Ben Willis on. And you know what? I encourage people to have shows to get in contact with him and let him be a guest and let him bring life and energy and force to your podcast and your television show and write an article about it. Okay, you got your contact information one more time, and then I'm gonna sign on off.
Okay, again, go to YouTube, go to Minister Ben Willis Blast Off Podcast, and subscribe to the channel and like and share.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Oh no, it's always a pleasure, brother. Always. I know you have to destroy me, but it's okay. You know what? Like the football players, it ain't nothing personal. Damn it, I'm but you know what? Minister Ben Willis is you know what he is? Excuse expression, he's damn good at what he does. He did an interview with a lady that was had her eye put out. What's the name of that? What was the name of? What did you entitle that?
It was domestic violence. It was about domestic violence.
And you know what?
And the young lady's name is Yolanda Carter. She has a very compelling story, and she's being celebrated, and her spirit is fantastic. And she was brought to my attention by Reverend Kim Bright. She brought it to my attention, and so I was honored. I mean, I was really honored and humbled to be on that platform that day with those two giants, those ladies who were two giants.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those two ladies, like I said, I was privileged and I was honored to be able to sit there with those two ladies, and all I could do was just be in awe of Yolanda Carter and Reverend Kim Price. I really did. So, I thank you for that.
Yeah, I was in awe because you know what? I looked at the show 2 times because you know what? There was something about it. You really, really let her express herself and just didn't bombard her. You know, sometimes we looking at questions and we going down a list. You really, really let her talk, and you intervened at the right time, and you really and you know what? I looked at that 2 times, and I encourage people to go to Minister Ben Willis's YouTube website to look at that. You know what? Because the lady had a remarkable story. It was heartwarming. You know, it's an expression. I mean, but I mean is to the people out there. It's something about that interview that touched me. I felt, now this is my opinion, I felt that was the best interview you ever did. I felt that.
Well, the thing is that, brother, it was special to me in a lot of different levels, because I was on the program with 2 knowledgeable women, and a lot of times as men, you step out the way.
Yeah.
You just get out the way, because the women they will show you.
Yeah.
When you let them go, and I was just in awe. And I'm gonna tell you, a few times I had to catch myself.
Yeah.
Because I got caught up in their conversations and their actions. I got caught up in that, knowing that, wait a minute now, I gotta look at the clock, I gotta look at the time, we gotta wrap it up and everything else. And I said, it caught me.
Yeah.
And so, it is special. And I thank Reverend Kim Grice. I thank Sister Yolanda Carter for that show. It is about domestic violence. And I said, it is something that should not be swept up under the rug. And cancer awareness, too. We talked about cancer awareness also. So it's something that we shouldn't sweep under the rug, because it is something silent that happens to people in our society. Domestic violence that happens in our society is it's a polarizing subject. It's very embarrassing for those who are getting abused, so they keep quiet. So we want to shine a light on that for a lot of people. A lot of people. It doesn't matter how much money you have, or your status. People are getting done like that, and it's something that should be addressed. That there is a way that you can get out of it, and you reach out. We left the numbers and everything else for people to reach out who's having any issues. And if that's the case, they can always email me. It doesn't make any difference.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. He did it to me again. We can almost do another show. but he did it to me again. Damn. But for Muslims, it's Isha prayer in the United States of America in Chicago. That's when we make our last prayer. And you know what? I'm already late. But as long as midnight doesn't hit. But you know what, brother? It's been a pleasure. And you know what? This Allah's will. We may perhaps put something together for the Super Bowl, so we can kick it and come on around, because and we'll inshallah we'll talk about it. And send a message to all the people out there, all the parasites, leeches, stay away from me. I'm gonna stay away from you. People that don't like to reciprocate. People that don't want a symbiotic relationship. They want a parasital relationship. Let's just keep our distance, but I'm gonna be respectful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, brother. I'm gonna get on now. I'll get up here. And, it's all with. And you know what, brother? Thank you. I say that graciously. Thank you for accepting the invitation. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Aki. I really appreciate it.
All right, my brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay. So, y'all was listening to Minister Ben Willis. He's exceptional. And you know what? I encourage people to go to his YouTube website, go to his Facebook website, and have him as a guest on your platform. Write a news article about him. This brother's been helping people for years. The community needs to help those to help it. And he has a strong, very strong magnetic personality. Somebody that you want to be around. And I would say, to me, he reminds me of Deion Sanders. They they're alpha males. They have that type of personality. That you want to gravitate around. And I would say Minister Ben Deion Sanders reminds me of Minister Ben. And Minister Ben reminds me of Deion Sanders. So I want to thank everybody for looking at the Underground Railroad podcast, and we strive to make better shows, and we do video production in Chicago. And we do video editing. And I want to thank all of my professors at Kennedy King College in the media class, because you've helped me to become better. I want to thank all of my detractors, people that said that I couldn't do it, I can't do it, I ain't fast enough. Thank you, because you know what? You gave me the encouragement to go further than what I would have ever went, probably if I didn't get that negativity. From the detractors, I want to thank you. And I only I'm only at this level because it's a lot of God's will. But I want to thank you because y'all helped make me better than what I would have by the disencouragement. Because I didn't rely on the detractors. I seek refuge in God and Allah. That's what I seek refuge in. Because the detractors don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. And they couldn't. Well, if a gnat came to take a morsel of food, and run away with it, and they don't have the ability to have that gnat come back with the morsel of food and put it back. So thank you. And if you like this, share this. And even if it's one person that listens, all praises due to Allah. I got what Allah had ordained for me. And Assalamu alaikum.